Well, welcome back to Your Carolina. The show must go on, and of course, the Greenville Youth Chorale knows that all too well. Of course, when their spring show was canceled, their organizers and their directors decided to do something to create a virtual choir. So we're joined by Dr. Stephen Brundage and Laura Cook Brundage with the Greenville Virtual Choir. You guys decided to create a virtual choir to give those students the experience of still performing during this whole coronavirus craziness. Good morning to you guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the predicament you guys are in, and a lot of performing arts organizations are in at this time where they're like, hey, we want to perform, but we can't do it in person. So you guys decided to do something that was virtually focused.
Yeah, it actually took us a couple of weeks to get to the point of realizing that this is what we needed to do, to have a virtual choir. Like everyone else, our season was canceled, our concert was canceled, and we felt like we had to connect with our singers and with the community. And so we were thankful for the avenue of a virtual choir.
Yeah.
While it's an opportunity to perform, there are lots of different things you have to go through with auditions and making sure the voices are right, the audio engineering. It is a big undertaking.
It is. This was going to be the finale piece for our spring concert. So that was part of what pushed us to do it also, is we had just seen how much the kids loved the song in our short season rehearsal that we had so far, and that was kind of what propelled us to pick this song. And it's also just widely known, so we knew that Greenville at large, all the kids maybe who their spring concert for public schools or other private schools, that they had lost their chance to perform. So we thought this would make a great piece, give our kids a chance to sing it too. So it was exciting to do.
And the song is A Million Dreams from The Greatest Showman. So how did it work? Did kids audition? Did you choose kids from all over the county? How did that process work?
Yeah, so we've got a lot of connections in the community, and we just reached out to all the music teachers in Greenville County and in Spartanburg County that we could, and we took anybody who submitted a video, and we had about 75 responses to it, and we have a great audio and video engineer, Michael Lining, and he worked his magic.
Yeah, we were actually very excited that we had a lot of singers that were even outside of Greenville Youth Chorale that joined us for this. And so we were excited to reach even outside of our choir and connect with the community more through the piece. So that was one thing that was super, super fun for us.
I'd imagine there's a lot of rehearsal that had to go into something like this. Laura, I'm sure you've run many rehearsals. How did the virtual setting make it easier or more difficult to kids to pay attention and kind of focus on?
Yeah, we had one rehearsal where we ran it just a few times live. We did a Zoom rehearsal with them. And then for most of the rehearsal process, I had recorded a video where we walked them through how to set it all up. And then I recorded all of the different parts for the vocal tracks. And then we created 3 separate videos because it was a 3-part arrangement. And then we kind of just left everybody on their own to rehearse and listen to those and practice the pieces as much as they wanted to before they hit record. And I did a conducting video. So we kind of just provided them all of the resources to rehearse on their own, and we just did one live rehearsal.
And that's fantastic. And Dr. Brundage, you founded this organization, this group. How closely does what's happening here, even though this is not something that we could have expected to happen, how much does this play into the mission of what you wanted this organization to be about?
Yeah, it's interestingly, what we do as Greenville Youth Chorale is there's tuition you have to pay, and we have scholarships. So there is a bit of a gateway to be a part of Greenville Youth Chorale, but for the Greenville Virtual Choir, expenses are lower, it's a bit easier to put together, so this was perfect in that anybody could submit a video, and even if it wasn't just right on perfect, we were able to fit it into the overall group, so we actually were able to reach more people through our virtual choir than we could regularly, which I think it's going to probably cause us to keep doing this even as things normalize.
And that's one thing I really love about it. Like, music should have a level of accessibility to all people. And so I think it's great that now it could be an arm of the organization that has, that is able to apply to people that maybe can't make it to rehearsals, can't do certain things, have the timing to do it. So I think that's a great way. That's something, the silver lining in the coronavirus thing here.
Totally. It fits right in with the mission for Greenville Youth Chorale. The music is in every child, for every child. So this gave us a chance even to reach beyond the people who had been able to maybe commit to a full season or even commit to tuition payments with Greenville Youth Chorale, and let us reach out into Greenville and do this project which was exciting for us.
I bet, and it's a fantastic video. So kudos to both of you for all the work that you've done. People may be asking now at home, how do we help? Is it by sharing the video? I know you guys are going to be partnering with some other organizations in the future. What can we do to help you guys during this time?
Yeah, that's great. So one of the interesting issues of doing a virtual choir is, like, I think all arts organizations, symphony orchestras and choirs, we found a way to do music right now in this time of the coronavirus, but we haven't really found a way of actually making money or supporting ourselves in this time. So I think moving forward, share the video. I think eventually we'll work with sponsors on our next video, really not to profit from it, but just actually to pay the expenses of it. So sharing the video, going to our website, and signing up for the next choir that we do.
I think that's fantastic, and we will share it on our pages, so hopefully there's some folks out there that are, maybe if they're looking to team up and offer some sponsorships to your organization, that would be great. And they can always go to gblvirtualchoir.com to take a look at the video and keep up to date with some upcoming virtual concerts you may be having. Stephen and Laura, thank you guys so much for being here with us. We appreciate it, and best of luck. Stay safe out there, and thank you for doing this project.
Thanks, you too.
You bet. Thank you.
Such a good idea. Coming up next on Your Carolina, we're going to go over some of your responses to our Spinks question of the day. What are you using less of lately? We'll be right back.